Hello. So, this is the next one in my series on moving to Portugal. And some people have asked about how one goes about getting the NIF number. And if you don't know what a NIF number is and you're wanting to move to Portugal, I suggest you watch this video. If you're planning on moving to Portugal, you can't do anything without this NIF number. And the NIF, which is your taxpayer identification number, stands for, and excuse my pronunciation, the Número de Identificação Fiscal. So it's your fiscal number, your tax number. So I am now about to go and meet someone from the office at the estate agent. I signed the offer yesterday and the offer has been accepted, and I paid the deposit this morning, and so the next step is to get the fiscal number, and someone from the estate agency is going to take me to go and organize that. So that's where I'm off to this morning, hopefully to get the tax number so I can then go on to the next step in this property purchase. So whatever it is you're wanting to do, whether it's to purchase property, rent property, open a bank account, okay, you can still go to the bathroom without a tax number. But anything else you are wanting to do in Portugal, you need this fiscal number. So it is imperative that you get this number before you try and do anything. You can't open a bank account, you can't start a business, you can't get you can't do anything until you get this number. So how do you get this number, you might be asking? Well, if you're in Portugal, you go to the closest tax office, which is called the Finanças. If you are a citizen or a resident of an EU or Schengen country, you've got to take along your passport, your residence card, proof of address, which could be a bank statement, utility bill, rental contract, but make sure that it is less than 3 months old. Don't go with something over a year old because they will just turn you away. If you are a citizen outside of the EU or the Schengen area, you need a fiscal representative, which is a Portuguese citizen or permanent residence. If you have a friend who's got temporary residency, they're not allowed to be your fiscal representative. The good thing is you will get your NIF or NIF number immediately, and it is free. I love things that are free. So if you're going with a fiscal representative, they must show their Portuguese citizen card or permanent resident card, and then you have to show proof of residence in your home country, and of course your passport as well. So sitting waiting in the shade, the tax office only lets in one person at a time because of the virus, and it's taking a bit of while. Once you get inside the tax office, the process goes quite quickly. They fill it all in, make the necessary copies, they give you your number, and you leave a happy camper. If you're wanting a tax card, that does cost extra. I think it's under €10. I didn't go that route. Now, I can only speak about my experience, and I have a South African passport, so I come from a non-EU country, but I'm currently resident in Norway, which is also a non-EU country, but is part of the Schengen area. So I have that residence card. So when I went, someone from the estate agent's office went with me, and she was prepared to be my fiscal representative. But in the end, she didn't need to do that because they accepted my Norwegian residence card. Obviously, if you aren't resident in any country, you don't have residence in any country in Europe, it's going to work a little bit differently. And so then your fiscal representative will then go with you. They have to then show their documentation as well. And after you then get your residence, you will then get a permanent number, because I think the number is temporary if you are using a fiscal representative, because your tax number is linked to their address and not your address. So that is just something to remember. If you're not in Portugal at the time, you can still apply for this NIF or NIF number, and you will just have a fiscal representative, which can either be a lawyer that you've hired. Obviously, you're going to have to pay the lawyer's fees, or if you are buying a property through the estate agent, they will obviously go and act as the fiscal representative for you, and they will do it with a certified copy of your passport, and there's a special power of attorney form that they're going to have to fill in. So it can be done that way. If you have money and are going the golden visa route, which I think many of us don't have the kind of money to do that, then your NIF application can be done in conjunction with that at the same time. I have heard that if you're from the EU, you can apply online, but I haven't got any experience of that, so I can't speak about that. So this morning I managed to get my Portuguese tax number, the fiscal number, and so honestly I found the process really easy and quite painless. So if you are making plans to move to Portugal, you can apply for this number straight away so that you can get everything else being put in place, because you can't do anything without this number. So I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it informative, and I will be continuing with the series as I go through the process of getting everything in place to make my move to Portugal. So if you can like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, you'll really help an old lady grow her YouTube channel. So have a good one, stay safe, and I'll see you on my next adventure.